Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, Volkswagen showing off this concept at the Shanghai Motor Show. This is the brand new C-Coupe GTE concept. Now this is a plug-in hybrid machine. Comes with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that's mated up with a 14.1 kilowatt-hour electric engine. Now between these two power units, it comes out of a total power of 242 brake horsepower and 369 pounds-feet of torque. That is shifted through an 8-speed automatic gearbox. 0 to 60 runs come in at 8.6 seconds with a top speed of 144 miles an hour. This vehicle will be able to go 31 miles in full EV or full electric mode as well. The second shot you see of this machine shows you that this thing is quite a long machine. Yes, it's got 6 inches of additional space in the rear compartment. Because there's a tad bit of a fad going on in China where a lot of folks like to be chauffeured around rather than to drive the machine themselves. And that's exactly what Volkswagen is trying to hit with this brand new concept. Now, actually, I think this concept is quite handsome. I think this vehicle could sell anywhere around the world, but no word on whether Volkswagen will ever build this machine or whether, if it does get built, it'll ever get outside of the Chinese market. Another machine that was shown off at the Shanghai Motor Show is this McLaren's brand new 540C, the most inexpensive vehicle in their lineup. Now, I say inexpensive, that's kind of not fair to actually call this machine inexpensive, but that being said, the 540C comes with the same 3.8-liter twin-turbocharged V8 that we've seen in past McLarens, this one making 533 brake horsepower and 562 pounds-feet of torque. Now what McLaren's done is a lot of the cool, really slick, high-end type stuff, including the active dampers, the active sway bar setup, is all gone out of this machine. This vehicle's a lot more organic than actually the computers running the machine. They say that you'll be able to jump into this car if you're a high-performance driver, race driver, whatnot, and this vehicle will feel a lot more natural than the higher-end McLarens, being the 650S and the 675LT, and even the P1, which kind of made you had to learn how to drive how the vehicle wanted to be hustled around a racetrack or whatnot. This vehicle, because of all this content being taken out of this machine, has lost a fair amount of price tag. There is a lot of talk that this vehicle will sell in the U.S. market for $165,000 US, which means it's way, by a long shot, the most affordable McLaren out there. No word on how many they're going to build or when this vehicle will be in showrooms, but we'll keep you tuned if we hear any more. Chevrolet brought this to the Shanghai Motor Show, and I applaud them for doing this. It's getting a lot of flack on the old internets where a lot of people are barking about this car, that it's way too futuristic, it's way too Jetsons, or whatever you want to call it. But you know what? It wasn't that long ago, in fact, a little bit before the economic downturn, that a lot of concepts look like this, because when they built concept cars back in the day, when it was money no object, you always looked way off into the future. You look at concepts from years and years ago, they were way off in the future style concepts. You know, the past several years, it's very expensive to build a concept machine, especially that would never get built, so they were way closer to production style machines. In fact, if you only took a handful of parts off, maybe changed the wheels and tires, the ride height, the mirrors, a couple of little body lines here and there, maybe raise the roof a little bit. I know, raise the roof. But the machine could go on sale. This machine, not even in the close. The FNR Concept is all electric, and it's also an autonomous machine. In fact, with a one swipe of the hand, this vehicle goes into full autonomous mode, and it'll flip the seats around. They'll face the back seats, so you can have a nice little conversation with your passenger mates, I guess you could say, as you get whisked around. I absolutely adore this machine. It looks amazing. I know that they'll never build this machine, but it's still really cool. This thing was 100% designed by the General Motors arm in China, and these folks really made a cool piece of kit. It's very Gran Turismo-esque. Maybe that they would put this in the new Gran Turismo 6 video game, but still very cool car. Next up on the list, we talked about this machine in the past, the brand new Lamborghini LP 750-4 Super Veloce. Yes, the high-end Aventador. Lost a lot of weight. It's got a lot of trick stuff. A huge and massive amount of downforce effects on this machine. Well, we found out official pricing and availability on this machine, or at least how many they're actually going to build. Only 600 units of the Super Veloce will be built at a price tag of $493,069 US dollars. Not for 100% sure when it'll hit dealer showrooms. I'm sure we'll hear more about that in due time. Last up on the list, interesting little deal. The fellow in the picture here is Elon Musk, the head of Tesla Motors. And he put out a little book over the past several days and had an interesting little tidbit in it. Back in 2013, he doggone near sold the company, that is Tesla Motors, to Google. Yes, the internet, what do you want to call them, search engine mega giant company, that is Google. Google doggone near bought this company, but somehow it fell through. And this was back in 2013. This has been about the time when Google was really trying to go after that whole autonomous car technology stuff that they're still working on today. And they really want to kind of build their own cars, and they were looking at this. This would have been an interesting deal if this deal would actually come together. Not to say that it may not happen in the future. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page, give us a like over there, because there are tons of stuff that come out every day that we share from a bunch of different magazines and articles from all around the globe. New car news comes out every doggone day. A lot of this stuff doesn't make the show, and you can check it out right there on the Facebook page. It gets updated at least twice a day. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.